Gen Z is getting their news in different ways. Pew Research found that Gen Z gets most of their news from TikTok, even more than Google. PAC News reporter Nora Bunker asked some students how they keep up with current events.
Hi, this is Nora Bunker with Wolfpack News, and in anticipation of New Orleans' upcoming mayoral election, we asked Gen Z students where they get their news from.
My name is Nina. I usually get my news from Fox News. I get my news from TikTok mostly, but specifically from CNN or MSNBC.
Hi, my name's Kaylee, and I get my news from TikTok and Instagram.
My name is Madeline Alexander, and where I get my main source of news from is TikTok, specifically like certain accounts, I think Fox 8, I be seeing clips from their morning news broadcasts on national TV and stuff like that. And my mom, she tell me what's going on.
For Wolfpack News, this is Nora Bunker.
Gen Z is more worried about climate change than older generations. A Pew Research study found that over a third of Gen Z put climate change as a top voting issue. Reporter Ludovica Balu found out why it's a big issue in New Orleans.
Sometimes we could probably call climate change like a red flag word because, it's something that's important, but we don't necessarily want to address.
Climate change doesn't always signal an alarm. In New Orleans, Gen Z voters are looking for a mayoral candidate willing to de-escalate climate change crises.
I think it's important for the mayor to have a stance on it. It says something about someone's ethics, about what they feel about climate change.
I do like what we did with the Greenway and giving more green space to New Orleans, but I think that there could be a little bit more as far as water quality or water pollution.
According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, Louisiana faces some of the fastest rates of land loss in the country, nearly a football field every hour. Scientists say the next decade will be critical to strengthen coastal defenses and protect neighborhoods that are already sinking. Ludovica Balu, PAC News.
Did you know Loyola students can register to vote in New Orleans? Reporter Sophia Renzi talked to one student who's working to get her peers registered to vote.
Hello, what is your name?
I'm Erin Gillen. I am a senior here at Loyola.
Nice. What are you doing to register students to vote? Because I've heard a lot about it so far.
Yeah, so I'm actually a part of Quarter Review, which is a branch of student government. Quarter Review's main focus is social justice work and also registering students to vote.
You are an out-of-state student, correct?
Yes. I'm originally from right outside of Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, nice. Are you registered in Chicago?
I was.
And now you're registered here?
Yes, because I've been calling New Orleans home for about 3 years. So over the summer, because I haven't gone home frequently enough, I switched my registration and now I have a Louisiana driver's license and registered to vote here in Louisiana.
Oh, do you have to do both to get a registration here, or do you just have to do one or the other?
So you have to have a Louisiana driver's license.
Okay.
Or if you're a student here at Loyola, you can go through the process of submitting your student ID, but you have to do it by mail.
Okay, so
if you call New Orleans home and you were born and raised here, and so maybe not out-of-state students, but students in general, register to vote because local elections matter. Students in general, especially out-of-state students, if you are living here 365 the entire year and you're engaged in local politics, you're engaged in the community, then I feel like it's appropriate for you to vote here. However, if you're more of a transient student and you're really involved back home, then make sure you're filing for absentee voter status, so that way you can mail in your ballot back home and you're keeping track of local elections back home.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Erin. I really appreciate you.
Of course, Renzi.
Yes. This is Sophia Renzi, Wolfpack News.
Gen Z is heading to the polls this weekend, and reporter Desandra Tezano is finding out what their biggest issues are.
With the New Orleans mayoral election around the corner, students are speaking up about the issues that matter most to them. Two concerns came up again and again: safety and infrastructure. Many students say that while they enjoy the city's vibrant nightlife, they want more precautions in place to help keep people safe.
Feel safe, but I have lots of female friends who've had their drinks spiked and have stuff like that happen.
While safety tops the list for some, others say the city's problems start earlier in the day.
I think that the number one issue that needs to be addressed is the lack of urgency when it comes to fixing the roads. Not only do they take long to fix the roads, when they do start fixing them, they take even longer to finish what they already started. And that causes a problem not only for students who commute, but also for people who commute to and from work.
As Election Day approaches, students hope their voices will help shape a safer, stronger, and more connected New Orleans. I'm Desandra Tezano, PAC News.
We see what Gen Z wants fixed by the next mayor. But what would they actually do in that position? Erin Goins finds out.
My first thing I would probably do is meet with NOPD immediately and see about getting our crime rate down.
I would sign something to have the potholes fixed and the roads in general.
I would want to make it better for the people who live here. I would want to help restructure the New Orleans East.
The first thing I would call to action would have to be fixing the potholes in the inner cities because it's ridiculous.
I clean up all the dirty water, clean the lake, clean the river. I don't want to have to boil my water if it's like dirty. It shouldn't be dirty in the first place.
I think the first thing I would do if I had all that power would be to give the schools more funding, especially middle schools and public schools who really need it.
I would definitely try and implement some gun control because it's crazy around here.
I would change the potholes because it would be like a ripple effect when in changing potholes. People would start having put less money towards their cars.
Clean up the streets and everything because like I feel like we already have a beautiful city. We just have to maintain it that way.